of the Woodland family. I live in Phoenix and came all the way out here because I wanted to be a part of the unveiling of an amazing race car with an amazing story and probably a more amazing driver behind it who's sitting here with me, Frank Secrist. And we're going to tell some stories. We're going to talk about this car, and Frank will also get a chance to tell you about some of the other cars because he's driven about half the cars in this museum, one in many of them, and it's really exciting to have you with us here today, Frank.
I'm proud to be here.
Now, let's start a little bit with the car behind us here. First off, if I understand it correctly, Dick made a promise to you. He made a promise that if you reached a milestone, he'd go ahead and restore one of your cars.
Well, I'll tell the truth. I told him a little story. I told him I was older than I really was. I said, I want it done by 90. Hell, I'm only 88.
So Dick only just found out, by the way, that you're not turning 90 this year, but he stuck with the project anyway, in deference to you. Now, you guys go back quite a ways. What's your relationship with Dick Woodland? When did that start?
Well, we used to run Kearney Bowl. Okay, I parked my car and he asked if I'd drive his. So I went out there and I was doing pretty good. And the darn thing was really getting hot. I didn't want to blow his motor because it just, poor boy. And he was. Anyhow, I pulled it in and he said, what happened? I said, man, this thing is hot. And he said, okay, I'll fix your drive next week. And I said, okay. So next week, come back and I'm out there. I finished the race. I was finished up there pretty good. I pulled in and I said, what'd you do to fix the heat? And it's going drink, drink, And he says, oh, here. And he shows me the heat gauge. They take diagonal and cut the wire.
That'll teach you to look at a dashboard, right? We're just going to cut the gauges. You stay out there and race your way around. Now, I know that in deference to Dick, who's standing here, we need to be careful of Mr. Woodland, but he might have bent a few of these race cars up over the years, and they put them back together. And the way I understand it is, you were something of the test driver. You had to get in them and make sure those things still ran.
Yeah. And sometimes the way they put them together wasn't exactly perfect. Believe me.
So you call yourself a test pilot or a guinea pig? Which was it?
Guinea pig.
Now I know you drove. There's the beautiful number 93 car down there, the Ward Duck car. You ran that one as well.
I drove that at Ascot at a USAC race and run second. And I was pretty proud of that. And that's the car I should have taken back. I take this thing here, this sled. It's really a sled. But it's pretty, but it's a sled. I take it back and run USAC. No brains.
Now, okay, so let's talk about this. You have a pained relationship with this car behind us. It's a Hank Henry machine, one of the last ones that Hank Henry built.
Of this type.
Yeah, of this type. And at the time, I mean, Hank Henry didn't build a ton of cars. These were works of art. These were supposed to be the hot deal, but you weren't pleased with this car.
Hank Henry built cars that run asphalt and flatter tracks. But back east, I mean, like they want a 1-inch bar. That's a torsion bar. I had 125s. I might as well not aim bars at all, just right on the bottom.
And so this car was I'm trying to be kind, a bit of a handling challenge.
I'm not going to say it. What kind of handle it was? It was bad.
And I love it because these cars all have personalities. There's no two ways around it. I know there's no magic in the tubing, but they're, the same guy could build a car and they would be dramatically different from the scene.
Well, this thing here, all the years I've fought, after I retired, I put in the wall at Mesa Moraine. I think I tried to, but I didn't. Anyway, I got a picture of it in my room where my TV is, and I got these other cars I drove. They're up there just sliding through the dirt pretty. This thing is all flopped over. Well, if you understand race cars, if it flops over like that, it's pivoted on the outside rear. So it's driving on the outside rear, so naturally it's going to drive to the infield. And that's just exactly what she's doing.
Yeah.
After I retire, then I find that out.
It took a few here, right?
It's still got the same bars in it, I think.
Yeah. Now you've driven a variety of cars. I know that you're being inducted into the Stock Car Hall of Fame out here, the West Coast Stock Car Hall of Fame later this year. Congratulations on that as well. So you've got a varied career: pavement, dirt, stock cars, open wheel cars. Did you have a favorite discipline? Was there something that you thought maybe you were better at than all the rest of them?
Actually, my favorite cars ever were super modifieds. They just, the kind of racing I like.
Yeah.
I like sprint cars, but super modifieds were just, that was it.
I think you drove one of these over here, right?
Well, that 6 car,
Yeah.
I drove it, and of course he's got some other ones. He got the, Joe Alobio was a very famous, well, it's #1 car, I could drive it. Yeah. Matter of fact, instead of another race at Madeira, I had a little accident. I hit a chuck hole a kid told me to stay out of at King Speedway and crushed my L5. Yes, and that hurts. I thought I broke my back. And if I irritated, matter of fact, a few months back I irritated it, and my wife had to help me out of bed. And believe me, when you're helpless, my wife don't like me that much. Real big trouble.
That is that racer's rheumatism, and back in the day, I mean, you couldn't drive these cars without without banging yourself up a little bit. It was a decidedly more dangerous sport in the era that you grew up in.
You don't think about that. You really don't. The worst problem I ever had with an accident is a fuel line that went to fuel gauge underneath the dash, come loose, and sprayed my legs with alcohol, and then caught fire, and I burned 60% of my leg, 3rd degree. Don't let it happen, it hurts. And I can't take any painkiller, no codeine, unless I'm allergic.
Wow. It hurts sitting here.
And I shouldn't be driving a race car if I can't do that.
I was going to say, some people take them before the races these days. I'll tell you. I know that, again, your relationship with Dick goes back, and we're talking about this car as well. And I love some of the stories, but, racing is special to you. You obviously were so successful at it for so many years. What did you like about racing the most? What was it about motorsports and racing that you just really love?
It's real competitive. Just second, there's only one place to win. Second, but it's just real competitive, and when you beat them all, you really feel good.
You just like beating people.
You got that right. Not with my fist, just beat them in the race car.
Yeah, in the race car, yeah. So we'll make sure of that.
Sometime I want to beat them in the face.
Yeah, well, that was out behind the racetrack after the race.
Right, yeah.
Now, I know that again, this car is stunning, and I can't wait to pull the cover back on that. We talk about an amazing career that you've had, Frank, and all of the racing you did from Daytona to Fresno, for goodness sakes, and all parts in between. Did you have a favorite track, or is it just the last one you won at?
Alcohol had to be it. 11 races, 9 wins in 2 seconds. I bet that's my favorite track.
It's the ones you would win at the most.
You bet.
And so you go to a track like El Cajon, and you win that often, and your strike rate, if you will, is so good. You just go there and you just know you're going to win? Is it just a foregone conclusion? All you poor guys here running for second?
You see, this little car here, when we get done in El Cajon, you take the body off and the roll bars off, put the tail on it, and run it as a sprint car.
Really? So, the days of specialization were a little bit different back then. We all have separate cars for everything.
2 cars, we just had 1 car that we convert from track to track.
Wow. And an amazing one. Well, I got to tell you, I know we could sit here and tell stories, and for those of you that have your favorite Frank Secrist stories, Frank will sit here and talk to you, I want to assure you, until everyone has had a chance to talk and hear it. But I think we ought to peel this curtain back and take a look at it.
I've been waiting a long time.
Okay, yeah. And even if you did cheat and lie about your age, again, Dick said if you made it to 90, he'd restore the car. You got to 88 in a couple weeks, and because you know what, close enough. So.
May the 10th, I was 88.
Oh, okay. Oh, you cheating. You're 2 years. You've got
Almost 2 years.
Look at that. He had plenty of time. Well, we're gonna have your son and Dick's son pull the cover back and take a look at this beautiful car. Oh my goodness, look at that.
Do you know that guy?
That is amazing work, and what a beautiful car.